Baby, keep still, keep still.
This is the number that's going to lead us straight to Kelly.
I thought you said that you had people guarding Kelly.
We do.
Well, then I don't understand what the problem would be, Sophia.
Wait a minute, who are you calling?
Kelly.
What? She just called. It sounds like she's in big trouble.
I'm sorry.
Mason, why did you do that? What happened? Why didn't they finish dialing? Alice, are you here? Julia! Oh, there you are. What are you doing here? I feel like my feet are gonna drop off.
Well, it's no wonder. We covered a lot of ground today. But we got a lot of these things passed out, at least.
Do you think this is going to make any difference? I mean, do you think somebody's going to be able to recognize this man just from a description?
Well, we got to do the best we can with what we got, and as fast as we can.
Yeah, I know. Gus's trial's almost over.
Of course, they can't wrap it up until I testify. Speaking of which, I ought to get down there. Listen, will you stick here and catch the phone?
Wish I could go with you.
Well, somebody's got to stay here, you know. This is the number we gave out.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll be thinking of you. Good luck.
Thanks.
I'll miss you.
I'll miss you, too.
Mason, why did you do that?
Don't you understand? Kelly just called. She said she needed us.
We all know there's a chance the phone is bugged. Gina's watching every move we make. We can't risk it.
She sounded frantic.
Then make the call from an outside phone, a public phone, but don't take the chance of calling from here.
What do you suppose happened? Why didn't they finish the call?
I don't know, they got interrupted somehow.
Damn! Damn!
Oh, no, don't worry. I have the exchange here and the area code. It narrows down the world to a very small piece of real estate.
Really? You think we still have a chance?
I don't have my European contacts, darling. I'll call up. Interpol will get on it. We'll have it tracked down in a day or two.
Wait a minute. You're nuts. You know, Cece, if he has a plan, it's already in motion. Once he gets something in his head, he doesn't waste any time.
Well, we'll move fast, won't we? We'll both get what we want, you see? I mean, you'll get to foil whatever plans they have for Kelly, and I'll nail Mason for his part in the scheme. Meanwhile, put your socks on.
What's this, a rejection?
No, it's a postponement. Let's not waste time.
If this doesn't work out, Keith, I'm never going to forgive you.
Mrs. Amonte, you wanted to see me?
Yes, I forgot. Yes, Jeffrey, I want you to go to the airport right away. Pick up Mr. Capwell. Tell him that I've had some important business to attend to, which is the reason I'm not alone.
Yes, ma'am.
And tell him that I'll try to be back here at the house when he arrives.
Sophia, let's go.
Coming, Mason. Thank you.
Hey, Cruz.
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Well, we got nothing definite yet, I'm sorry. Garth, you want to give us a second, please?
No leads at all?
Well, we have reason to believe that the guy is still in Santa Barbara.
Cruz, I'm running out of time.
I know. But, you know, I mean, we've got no help. It's really hard for us to do this without any help. I think I got a decent chance of convincing the judge that there is another solid suspect out there.
A judge is never going to buy that. Julia already tried to get a postponement. The guy wouldn't listen.
Don't give up, Gus. We're not.
No, what's the use, Cruz? We're not going to get me off. I tried to believe we could, but this is
Now
just...
listen, man, this is no time to be losing your spirit. You gotta keep them fighting Trimmer. You gotta keep your faith.
Well, I'm sorry, I just don't have much faith left. But whatever happens, I want you to know that I'm grateful for what you're doing. I know how hard you've tried.
Well, you can thank me after I do something, man. But even if you take the fall for this, I'm gonna keep looking for the guy who really did it. I'm not gonna give up.
Listen, if I go back to jail, the world is just gonna forget about me. Just like they did before. That's why there is no way that I am going back. No matter what.
Why won't he let me go to the courtroom and be there for him? He doesn't want you there, Alice. You heard what he said.
Yeah, I know what he thinks. He thinks that he's protecting me. But I am 19 years old now, and I am old enough to make my own decisions.
I know that. Actually, I would like to have you in the court. I argued with your father, but he had his mind made up.
There really is no hope, is there?
Don't look at the downside. I mean, it's very possible that the judge could see this as mistaken identity. I mean, Cruz is out hunting right now for the real thief. There are a lot of people that believe in your father's innocence.
Well, then, I've made up my mind. I'm going. He was there for me when I needed him, and now I should be there for him. So that's it. And no one's going to talk me out of it.
For the record, I'm against this. But between you and me, I'm glad.
Look, I'll tell him you tried everything you could think of. I'll tell him I didn't listen to a word you said, okay? And he'll believe it. So, can we go?
Yeah, we gotta get going. Let's go.
She didn't say what was wrong, Pearl?
We got cut off before she could.
There's something weird about this whole thing.
Kelly, darling, it's Mother. What's happened? You all right? She says that everything's fine.
That's what I thought. Someone else placed the call pretending to be Kelly.
Okay, can I talk to her?
Kelly, Pearl wants to talk to you.
Hi.
I'm sorry. Now that I think about it, the connection was so bad. There was so much static that I could hardly recognize her voice.
And then it was broken off. So whoever it was wanted you to call back so that they could trace the call. I'm just glad the kidnapping plan is in motion already.
What, it is already?
That's right. Your father started it today, and it's a good thing now because obviously someone's onto us.
Listen, Kelly, I may be seeing you soon. Okay? Yeah, I know. You don't get...
Excuse me. Kelly, I hate to break in, but we're going to have to hang up, okay? We'll call you later and let you know what's going on. Yeah, bye.
I was just about ready to tell her that I'm bringing her a message.
Oh, we have to be very careful. Somebody's trying to figure out what we're up to, and my guess is that it's Gina.
Who else?
Actually, I do think there's someone else involved. It's a little too well organized for Gina. I've got to get to court. Cruz is testifying today. Don't you want to come along and watch?
I would love to, but I can't. I have to stay here.
Oh, that's right. You're running out of time, aren't you? Precious minutes ticking away. It's almost too late.
It's not too late to drop the charges, Mason.
Why would I drop the charges in a case I'm sure to win? Bye, all. Yeah.
We better get back to the house so you can get on your way to Kelly.
I'm set.
Bye, darling. I'll
Bye,
see
Mama.
you later.
Okay. Hey, look, good luck. And bring my sister home safe, okay?
Ooh. Oh, well.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Well, stay on it then and keep in touch. Call me the minute you find out anything, all right? I mean, call me any time. Thank you. I guess that's progress, but I'm not going to be happy until I can prove that Mason knows where Kelly's hidden and that he's been hiding that little blonde.
Well, I hope you're right.
Then in time, I'll finally be where I belong. The district attorney's office.
I can just see you with your feet up on the desk, ordering people around. Well, that takes care of you, Keith, but what about me?
What about you? You want to put your feet on my desk?
No, I just want to make sure you don't desert me the first chance you get. I mean, now that I've helped you find the lead that you want for Kelly.
Oh, come on, don't be paranoid, woman. As soon as we find Kelly, have her arrested, the Capwells won't be able to play any tricks on you anymore. You'll be where you belong. You'll be behind your desk, giving all the orders you want, and we'll still have the tape as a negotiating tool.
You're right about that. Now, all I have to do is find some way to make the Capwells pay for all that mental anguish they've put me through. I hate when people try to outsmart me.
Well, when I'm district attorney again, I'll have that made a capital offense.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Cece, welcome home.
Miserable, rotten.
Wait! I'm not to let you lose the temple to this guy.
Just keep me from killing him. Trying to stab me in the back with a takeover bid, weren't you?
What? I tried and I failed. What are you so angry about?
You just get the hell out of my house.
Wait a second. I don't understand what you're so upset about. These things happen all the time in business.
It wasn't business. It was treacherous. Somebody was supposedly working for me.
Wait a second here. Just wait a second. If you give me any real work, maybe I would have had the time to manipulate your stock options. Okay, all right. Look, I'm going. At first, you don't succeed. Okay? I mean, you're the one I pity have to live with this child.
What was all that affection? Who's giving towards you?
Nothing. Keith and I go back a long way.
Yeah. Months and months. What were you two doing while I was gone?
I don't know what you mean. We weren't doing anything, Cece. I just were old friends. Stop trying to put me on the defensive.
All right. Then I won't ask you why you have your sweater on inside out.
Oh, you can wipe that grin off your face.
Yeah, I think he's trying to guys look at him. Here's your, speaking of which.
Hi, Cruz.
Hi, Counselor. Come on.
Excuse me, thank you.
Hi, Alice.
Hi, Cruz.
Alice, what are you doing here? I thought I told you not to come.
I made Julia bring me, and I want to talk to you alone. Is that all right?
Yeah, I can leave you alone for a minute.
Honey, I had a good reason for asking you not to come here.
Daddy, I will not let you go through this alone.
Well, you think this is going to be easier for me? You're going to be sitting here when they're going to send me back to the slammer.
I wish I could stop you from looking at everything so negatively. That was one of the first things I learned at the hospital. You have to have something positive to look forward to.
Well, I wish I did.
Daddy, we all know you are innocent. And I am sure a judge is going to be smart enough to see that, too.
Alice, you never know what's going to happen in a courtroom. Now, I would like to believe what you're saying.
Do you believe that I love you?
Sure I do, honey. You know that.
Okay, then. Then believe me when I tell you. You have to trust these people. They want to help you just as much as I do. Please, please give them a chance.
All right. All right. I'll give him a chance.
I'm glad he has her at least.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Julia, what's the matter?
We're gonna lose this case, Cruz.
Oh, now, come on.
Evidence is evidence. I mean, the judge is gonna see what's there. You know, not listen to me tell him what shouldn't be there. I have done everything that I can, but it's not enough. I wish that there was something I could come up with in time.
Well, don't blame yourself. I mean, blame the police for not getting the investigation done, or the judge for not giving you a continuance. I mean, those are tough odds for anybody to beat.
It's not their fault. The true cause of this is Mason. He is unfeeling. You know, he pushed this thing through so fast, and you know why he did it? For the good of his own career, and because he only cares about what's good for him.
Speaking of whom, here he comes.
Minute bombshells to drop on me?
No, but I wish I had one.
And I take it you haven't found the real robber you've been talking about?
Not yet.
Pity.
Mason, we can do without your sarcasm.
No, that wasn't sarcasm, Julia. I'd love to see the two of you produce this phantom robber.
Oh, sure. And pigs can fly.
Julia, if Gus is innocent, I don't want to see him punished. I'm only an humble public servant, not the Lord High Executioner.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting that you're the humble public servant that lives by the system and condemns by the system.
You know, there is a line of Yeats. The best lack all conviction, while the worst among us are full of passionate intensity. I think he could have been thinking of you when he wrote that, Julia.
Well, she doesn't treat what she's doing here as a joke, if that's what you mean.
No, she can't afford to. Julia's the legal equivalent of a cliff diver at Acapulco. She takes large risks for small gains.
I believe in what I'm doing.
Well, you've got to learn that you can't treat every case as a crusade, not if you want to survive in this business.
If that is all that you're interested in, is surviving in this business, then I feel sorry for you, Mason. Excuse me, I'm going in. I have a case to defend.
Well, unfortunately, you have no case at all to defend, which makes me feel sorry for you.
She's a damn good lawyer, and you know it.
Of course I know it.
Then why do you ride her so hard? The woman has feelings.
Yeah, Cruz, she's got too many feelings to be a criminal lawyer. I'd like to see her put all that passion into tax work or corporate planning. But people keep refusing to let me run their lives for them. Well, I guess we'd better get in there too, huh? Oh, a word of advice. You're making a mistake by testifying today.
Well, it's my mistake to make, isn't it?
Darling, I've been waiting for you. I want to talk to you privately. What is he doing here?
Pearl knows everything.
Everything about what?
Everything about our plan for Kelly. Mason and I have decided Pearl should take the message to...
Darling, stop that. It's out of the question.
Oh, come on, Mr. C. You can trust me. Would I ever do anything to harm Kelly?
Cece, no one is going to suspect Pearl. If any of us go, we'll be followed. And Mason feels that someone is onto this kidnapping plan.
I got such a low profile. I can go over there, take care of business, be back before anybody knows that I have left.
All right. I don't like it, but I don't have any choice. The time is running out.
Good.
I want you to get started immediately, now.
I'm all set. I got my passport, toothbrush, teddy bear. I don't even need a suitcase.
Terrific. Jeffrey, in here, please.
Tell her we love her. Make her believe it's all going to work out, okay?
Don't worry. It will. I'll take care of everything. Yes, sir?
Jeffrey, do me a favor, please, and drive Pearl to the airport. Use the gardener's car. Be discreet. It's a covert operation. You understand?
Yeah, right. Understood, sir. I'll call Ruben. Ask him to bring the car up for us.
Thank you.
Ruben, Mr. Capel needs you to bring your pickup around right away. And, Ruben, I'm going to be using it for a while.
This is it. They're putting their plan into motion. Keith, why aren't you here when I need you?
Hey, I'm looking for Cruz Castillo. You seen him?
Talk to her.
Where's Castillo?
He's in court. Why? What do you want?
Well, I promised him I'd keep an eye out for him. And a little while ago, I saw this black dude with a limp checking out cars on Casey Street. In the alley there, he looked like he was fixing to rip one off. I figured he might be the one Cruz wants.
Well, you wouldn't happen to know whether he was wearing a big diamond ring or anything?
Oh, yeah. The biggest rock I ever seen.
Well, that may be him. Listen, thanks.
Oh, thanks, lady.
Well, wait a second. Could you hang out just for a second? I might need you. I just have to make a phone call first.
Hello?
Yes, I'm trying to reach Inspector Cruz Castillo. Do you know if he'd be around there anywhere?
He's in court now. He can't be disturbed.
Yeah, I understand that, but could maybe leave a message for him?
Yes, as soon as he's out.
Okay, my name is Eden Capwell. I'd like for him to meet me at the alley on Cason.
The alley on Cason?
Yes, he'll understand.
Very well. I'll make sure he gets the message.
Thank you.
In your estimation, given additional time, do you believe that you could come up with the man you really believed committed this crime?
Yes, Objection. Leading the witness, Ms. Wainwright has called for speculation from the witness.
Your Honor, the point is that we're getting close to finding the man we've been chasing.
Very well. Let it pass, Mr. Capwell. After all, we're not dealing with a jury here.
We are dealing with a record, Your Honor, and I'd like that kept straight.
Your objection will be noted. Proceed, Miss Wainwright.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Cross-examine, Mr. Capwell.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Mr. Castillo, have you reported your suspicions and your discoveries to the police?
I most certainly have.
For example, the ski mask you found in the abandoned car. You turned that over to them, did you not?
Yes, I did.
And have they acted on any of this information? That is to say, have they followed up on any of it?
Well,
I ask you if they followed up on any of what you've told us.
Not to my knowledge.
I see. And do they agree with you that these two cases are connected?
Not exactly, but...
I didn't think so. Now, tell me, Mr. Castillo, you used to be a member of the Santa Barbara Police Department.
Oh, it isn't a matter of used to be. You see, I am a member of the Santa Barbara Police Department. I'm on a leave of absence, is all.
On what occasion this leave of absence?
I chose to take it.
So this entire investigation is unofficial, is it not? I'm sorry, would you answer just for the record?
Well, yes, it is.
Unofficial and unauthorized.
That's right.
Thank you, Mr. Castillo. No further questions.
You may step down. Miss Wainwright, call your next witness.
Your Honor, we have no further witnesses. We rest our case.
Very well. I'll retire to my chambers to consider a verdict. I'll have a decision shortly. In the meantime, this court stands in recess. All rise.
Pearl just left the property. No, the new chauffeur took him. They didn't take the limousine. They took Ruben's car, some beige van. Look, just follow him and find out where they're going. If he goes to the airport, find out what flight he's on. Get back to me as soon as you can. Hello, darling.
Don't darling me. You still haven't given me an explanation of why Keith Timmons was in this house.
It was nothing. We were just talking.
You were just scheming.
What would we have to scheme about?
I think you're in on this whole takeover bid with him.
Cece, what do I know about taking over a company? Why would I conspire with Keith? I would never betray you. You're my love, my husband.
You're very funny. You've conspired with him before, in the past.
Only when I had to. In order to get you.
Stop the drivel. You're making me ill. I'm warning you now, if I find that you have operated with him behind my back, I'll throw...
You're the one who operates behind people's backs, Cece. Usually mine. Don't you think I don't know that you have searched for that tape ever since the day we exchanged wedding vows?
Of course I have, and I will continue to do so. Why should it surprise you that I will keep on looking for the tape?
Because it's a waste of time and energy. You will not find that tape.
That's your opinion. My opinion is, I will. And when I do, you will be out of the house on your tail. And that is without your high heels this time.
You enjoy seeing me stripped and vulnerable, don't you?
Seeing you stripped doesn't even interest me. Seeing you flayed, alive, that interests me. Of course, I'd settle for you getting out of my house and out of my life.
Cece, it doesn't have to be like this. I can't you just open up and unbend a little? I made you happy once.
No, you didn't. Not for a minute. The only time I've had any happiness with you is when I was without you. I wake up every day hoping something will take you away from me.
Well, I'm afraid you're going to have to put up with 3 more months of me, Cece.
Oh, I wouldn't count on those months until they passed. I'm not giving up the fight. I'll find that tape long before you think. And then, little girl, you will be ancient history.
Over my dead body.
That can be arranged.
All rise. The court is now in session.
He may just adjourn for the day.
Will the defendant please face the bench? Mr. Jackson, I have weighed all the facts in this case very carefully. In circumstances where the evidence is circumstantial, I'm always at pains to make sure there is no miscarriage of justice and that a reasonable doubt exists as to the guilt of the accused. In this instance, I can find no substantive proof that any other person or persons were involved in or solely responsible for the commission of this crime. You had both motive and opportunity to rob the restaurant. A money bag from the Orient Express was found on your premises by disinterested parties. Therefore, I have no choice but to find you guilty as charged.
No, you can't do that. He's innocent.
Alice, please be quiet.
Bailiff, take this man into custody. This court is adjourned for the day.
Daddy, I'm with Alicia. Dad. Not going to kick this leg.
Gus, don't give up. We'll file for an appeal. You gotta have hope.
I'm not going to do this.
All right. Alice.
No,
all right.
Daddy.
It's all right, Alice.
Let me go.
Alice, you may not believe this, but I'm sorry about what happened.
She took the words right out of my mouth.
Okay, lady, but stay away from that dude. He looks mean to me.
Look, go and try to find a policeman, and if you can't find one, call one, okay? Here, get going, quick.
Okay, babe. Freeze.
Ow!
I know you. You and your boyfriend, too. I'm tired of you two messing with me.
Yeah, well, you tried to rob me and you tried to shoot him.
Not me. Got me mixed up with some other dude. Now, I'm gonna get in that car over there and I'm gonna drive off. I don't want no grief. You don't make a move until I'm out of sight. Got it?
I got it.
If I see you make one move, I'm gonna shoot. You believe that?
Yes.
I don't want to see you make one move.
Eden, I'm here.
Cruz, look out!
Hey, man, look. Look here. Okay, I'm putting this down. That's all I got. Now, look, you don't need her, and I know you don't want to hurt her.
Tired of you two fooling with me.
You all right?
I'm fine. You gotta go get him.
Oh boy, this is not as nice as the limo, huh? But it will do. Now that, let me tell you, that was a car.
So you used to drive Mr. Campbell's limo?
Hey, I drove all of his taxi cabs. I was his personal chauffeur at one time or another.
Why'd you quit?
I want to move on to greener pastures, shall we say. Greener pastures, yeah. This thing, it handles like a truck, man.
Yeah, that and a New York cab combined. So, is this trip business? Pleasure?
Mix of both.
Yeah, Mr. Capel said something about a covert operation regarding his daughter. That would be Kelly, right?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, I saw some pictures of her in the house.
Pictures don't do her justice. She's beautiful.
Hey, listen, man, I think we got company.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, I can't. You gotta be kidding me. It's just our luck. Okay, well, why don't you speed up and see if we can lose him?
All right, you've got it, man.
Be cool. I don't believe this. Hey, hang a Ralph at the next corner. Come on. I gotta think fast. Come on, baby, come on.
Yeah, they're still with us.
Gotta think fast.
Yeah, you do that.
How do we get these guys off our track?
There's no way. It's a straight run to the airport.
How about if you go to my place? How's that sound?
Wait, what do you mean, go in your place? What are you talking about?
You go to Europe. That's what I'm talking about. If you go, we still have a chance to blow him off the track. What do you say?
Man, it's kind of short notice, isn't it?
One free ticket to Zurich. Come on, Switzerland, free skiing. You name it, you got it. You don't have to worry about the name. It's phony on here, so identification is no problem. You wouldn't happen to have a passport on you, would you, by now?
Yeah, but the merest chance I do. Kind of helps when you're new in town, you know, with identification.
I want to write you a note for Kelly Camp. On the back, I'm going to include her address. Now, it's in Zurich, Switzerland. I'm telling you this now. It's for her eyes only. I don't want you to open this note. You understand me?
Yeah, I don't usually open up other people's letters.
Okay, now it's vital she gets this. It concerns something that's going to be coming down very shortly that will affect her. Can you do it? Will you do it for me? For her eyes only?
Yeah, all right, I will. But you can count on it, man.
Excellent. Mr. C will put you on his A-list. Now, a mile down the road, drop me off at Transcal. Boogie around the back, ditch the car, get on the plane.
Hey, wait a minute, what are you gonna do?
What do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play the decoy as usual, while you fly off the chocolate. Just think of this one.
Not a sound.
You and I have nothing to say to each other.
Well, I do. You don't have to say anything. Just listen.
No.
Be fair, Julia.
You're going to talk to me about fairness? Don't get me started on what I think about you, Mason.
You have entirely the wrong idea about me. I didn't like what happened to Gus any more than you did, but I had to be objective about it.
One man's objectivity is another man's prejudice.
I have no personal bias against Gus Jackson. What I was doing was my job, upholding the law.
Sending an innocent man to jail is not upholding the law. It's bending it to suit your own purpose.
Is a man innocent just because he's your client?
He's innocent because he didn't do what he was accused of doing.
Where was the proof, Julia?
I didn't have time to get it. Gus Jackson's human rights have been violated, and I hold you personally responsible.
You might as well hold the judge responsible. Or the whole legal system, Julia. We have to work with that. It may not be perfect, but it's the best we've got.
I told you that I don't want to talk about this right now. I am way too angry.
Well, that's not very objective of you, is it?
Gus, listen, I'm starting the papers tonight to file for an appeal. I'll ask for a new trial, and we'll get one. By then, we'll have the evidence that we need for an acquittal. Cruz is almost sure that he can find the real thief.
Well, who knows? He may be long gone by now.
I don't believe that, and neither does Cruz. I know how discouraged you are, but you've got to have hope. We will move...
Hey!
No, Gus! Gus, don't do it!
Gus,
Well, how long are we gonna wait here for?
We will wait until we've gotten what we're waiting for.
What happened to your man? What's taking
My man? What happened to your man? Don't you think you could have been wrong saying that Pearl went to the airport? Maybe Pearl decided to drive to San Francisco.
Well, I hope not, because that means we could be sitting here waiting for days.
Well, my darling, my dear wonder of my life, my little kumquat. At least we'll be together.
I'm hungry. I'm gonna order something. You want something?
It's 5 o'clock. It's cocktail time, not eating time.
I'll eat a cocktail. Would you like one?
No, I'm watching my sobriety.
Mr. Timmer.
Oh! What took you so long? This is, Mrs. Capwell.
Mrs. Capwell. Oh. How do you do?
Fine, thank you.
Well, you can talk freely. She's one of the lesser Capwells. What happened?
Listen, I followed your man all over the place. He ended up at the airport, but he never got on an airplane. The driver let him out. He got in a taxi and drove to the Capwell house.
You sure?
He's there now.
No, wait a minute. Are you sure it was Pearl? Are you sure they didn't make some kind of switch or something?
Oh, I'm sure, Mrs. Capwell.
I don't get it.
Neither do I.
Then I grabbed the cab back here, and Jeffrey caught the plane.
You let Jeffrey take your place?
Mr. C, I didn't have any choice. It was either that or scrap the whole deal. Now, I don't want it any more than you do. I know you didn't want that.
How do we know that Jeffrey's going to know what to do? That he's going to be careful enough? He might be followed when he gets there.
Well, he seemed like a pretty responsible young man. Now, listen, I wrote him a note to hand-deliver to Kelly. Now, she reads it, and she knows exactly what's coming down before the kidnapping.
I hope for your sake he knows what he's doing. Because Kelly won't know what is happening.
He must have... He must have seen the jerks that you had tailing him.
Maybe he saw your guy, because the guy I hired happens to be very good.
Oh, yes, yeah, he's good. He's wonderful. If he was so wonderful, we'd know what was happening right now. I can't believe you. Here we have millions at stake, and you're going to risk it all by trying to save a couple of bucks on a lousy private...
Don't you talk to me about saving a couple of bucks, Keith. You're the one that hired some guy named Weasel to set up some Mickey Mouse wiretap at the Capwells. Millions of my money are at stake.
The only thing that's going to cost you millions, darling, is the irrefutable fact that you are a retarded slut.
Oh, come on, Keith. There's no sense arguing amongst ourselves.
Between ourselves, yeah. It's us, just two of us. And you and me are the only two that are involved in this.
Then you and I had better figure things out. Okay, so far we know there was a plan to save Kelly. It involved Pearl, but then it didn't. Why?
Wait a second. Wait. What? Maybe Pearl isn't involved in this. Maybe he was just a decoy.
What?
I think we've been had.
You You really think that Pearl was just a decoy?
You don't see him winging his way to Europe, do you?
Now, wait a minute. I overheard Jeffrey say he was taking Pearl to the airport. He had something to do with the plan to save Kelly. I know he did.
I'll dig it up. I'll dig it up somehow. I mean, after all, I was the district attorney in this idiotic burg, wasn't I? We still have connections, and Kelly's still charged with murder. We just have to figure out how the Caplers plan to get around the fact that you have the tape that can clear the dust.
I'm not giving up that money, Keith. I have worked too hard for too long to give it up now. I have plans and dreams, and I have made sacrifices.
Please, don't be dramatic, all right? Back to basics. You heard Jeffrey call for the car. Where's Jeffrey now? Where's the car now?
Well, where are we now? Why aren't we over at the Capwell estate finding out what's going on? Well, come on!
Aren't you?
What?
You're the one who robbed the Orient Express.
Shut up.
My daddy's been convicted for something that you did.
I'm not going to tell you to shut up again.
My daddy's going to prison for something that you did.
Shut your damn mouth. You drive it. Drive it. Well, the girl's going to get it.
There's an invader in Alf's backyard. Has he made friends with a fellow alien? Then on Amazing Stories, a macho cop gets a pretty new partner. The problem is she's a policewoman who's been dead for 12 years. Next, Crime Story, the movie. Catch the show that started it all and set the critics raving. It's all happening tonight on NBC.